Welcome back. This is us taking on the Darklurker, which is a reward for clearing all 3 areas of the Dark Chasm of the Abyss. I would recommend using the Rebel's Great Shield here. You can get that as a treasure in the Forest of Fallen Giants where the Flame Salamanders are. You need the Iron Key for that. I would also recommend using a small orange burr, small blue burr. That'll give you the resistances against most of the Darklurker's attacks. You want to bait the Darklurker into using its the magic blade, that move there. Bait it, you want to be close to it, bait it into that attack, and use lightning or fire, so gold pine resin or charcoal pine resin on your weapon. If you're doing this melee, if you're doing this with sorceries or miracles, it becomes much more straightforward. The laser attack can be punished if you're using like a Great Lightning Spear or something like that. If you're just using melee and you're using crossbows and whatnot, you can try with the Javelin to punish him or punish it while it's in the air. But yeah, you want to bait this attack, roll through it, use your invincibility frames if you're capable of doing it, unlike me. But most of the time you will be able to roll through them like that and then punish Darklurker for it. It has a decent amount of health, and unfortunately when it gets to 60% of its total health, it clones itself and splits in two, and that makes the fight considerably more difficult. Up until that point the fight isn't really that challenging. These two moves, the one where it uses the pyromancies or the fireballs and fires them at you from distance, is quite a tricky move to defend against, especially when there's two of them. And also the portal where it sends like dark orbs through its portal, that's a tricky move as well to defend against because it's got quite an AoE effect, effect, you know what I mean. It has a radius to it that can get you even though you think you're far away from it. And now we've got two Darklurkers to contend against, or it's just the same one but it split itself in two somehow, and now it becomes difficult. If you've got the DLC, you can complete the DLC before you do this, and you can get York's ring, and that can really help by deflecting some of the Darklurker's magic. If you get up close to the Darklurker and you're wailing on him, or it has an area of effect attack, so just be wary of that. But these fireballs are definitely one of the most difficult things, and the fact that the Darklurker is relentless as well, just like the Twin Pursuer fight. But I think this fight's actually less challenging than the Twin Pursuer fight. I think the Twin Pursuer fight is more challenging because the area is smaller and they move quicker towards you. I think you've got opportunities in this fight to get away from Darklurker now and again and to heal. So yeah. Obviously the Darklurker is resistant to hexes, dark magic, so don't try that. And you're recommended, I should have mentioned this at the start actually, but I recommended it, I said this in the previous video and the video leading up to this one, that you're better off doing the Shaded Ruins or Black Gulch, then Drying Lake Castle to get access to the Darklurker. Just because the Drying Lake Castle bonfire, the one below the castle, is closer to the portal than the other two in the Shaded Ruins and the Black Gulch. What else? There was something else I'd written down. Yeah, lightning and fire. You can actually knock the Darklurker out of, you can stagger it out of its clone move, and you can actually prohibit it from cloning itself altogether if you're using something like Great Lightning Spear or Soul Geyser. You can totally, you can kill it before it's got time to even split in two. Elizabeth mushrooms are helpful here. I'll just use the old Radiant Life Gems at this point. But you definitely want to have a good life gem. The base life gem isn't really enough. The one in the middle, or the old Radiant one is more than enough, or Elizabeth mushroom. And be careful once you kill The Darklurker, the other one, or you've seen there that the one that I killed was able to kill me, that was obviously the cloned one. So the cloned one is still able to attack you, even once you kill the original, so just be wary of that. And once you've got the Darklurker soul, you can either trade it with Strayed of Alaphus for the life drain sorcery, or whatever it is, or you can consume it for 22,000 souls. So let's speak to Dark Diver Grando. Because of our ranking up in the Pilgrims of the Dark, we get some rewards for that fight and for clearing all 3 areas. So Dark is Mother Nature, that's what that sounds like to me. All things came from nature, and we go back to it, I guess, at some point in our lives, or at the end of our lives. But in terms of Dark Souls 2, the Dark obviously is a very important part of the story, and you know, it stems from the DLC in Dark Souls 1 with Manus and whatnot. And the Chandra's obviously a fragment of the Dark. So we get the Xantheus armor set and a Climax sorcery. And this is the Xantheus armor set. You'll recognise this from Dark Souls 1, and where we fought Priscilla in the... what do you call that place? I always forget things. Anyway, thanks for watching, and in the future episodes we'll be doing Dragon 80 and going through the rest of the game. Thanks for watching, hope it helped.